protesters were hit during riots in Buffalo and Denver during those Breonna Taylor riots. They say they're demonstrations or protests, but they're not. They're riots, and these people got hit probably because they probably needed to get out of people's way. People ain't going to stop for that stuff. They ain't crazy. I wouldn't stop for it either. I'd have run over them too. Hell with the stupid shit.
Protesters hit by vehicles at Breonna Taylor demonstrations in Buffalo, Denver. Protesters hit by vehicles at Breonna Taylor demonstrations in Buffalo, Denver. 2 protesters were injured in hit-and-run incidents in Colorado and upstate New York on Wednesday night as demonstrations erupted across the county over a Kentucky grand jury's decision not to charge 3 police officers in the death of Breonna Taylor.
Sorry, guys.
Copyright Michael Chiglo/Getty Images. Cherie Barber holds her fist in the air as people protest the grand jury decision in the Breonna Taylor case, September 23, 2020, in Denver, Colorado. The chants for justice were quickly overcome by screams of horror as drivers in Denver and Buffalo plowed into protesters who spilled into the streets in the hours following the announcement of the grand jury's decision in the Louisville police shooting of 26-year-old Taylor, a certified emergency medical technician killed in her own apartment. The incident in Buffalo unfolded about 8:45 p.m. as protesters marched in the street near Niagara Square in the downtown area, police said. Graphic video taken by ABC affiliate station WKBW-TV in Buffalo showed a maroon and white King Cab pickup truck drive directly into a group of demonstrators who pounded on the side of the truck and yelled for the driver to stop just before a protester on a bicycle was hit. The footage shows the truck speeding away as protesters on foot chased after it. Copyright Michael Chiglo/Getty Images. Cherie Barber holds her fist in the air as people protest the grand jury decision in the Breonna Taylor case, September 23, 2020, in Denver, Colorado. Buffalo police officials said the driver was eventually stopped by officers and detained for questioning. The name of the driver was not released and it remained unclear Thursday if any charges will be filed in the incident. Calls to a police department spokesperson by ABC News were not immediately returned. Police said Wednesday night that the protester struck by the truck suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to Erie County Medical Center for treatment. A spokesperson for Slow Roll Buffalo, a nonprofit community group of bicycle enthusiasts, told WKBW that the woman who was hit by the truck is a member of its board of directors. The spokesperson said the woman suffered broken bones and was in stable condition Thursday morning. A similar incident unfolded in Denver outside the state capitol building, police said. Video taken by ABC affiliate station KMGH-TV in Denver showed a silver Volvo station wagon approach demonstrators marching in the street and stop. In the footage, a small group of protesters gathered around the car and instructed the driver to turn around. Several protesters were standing in front of the vehicle and banging on its hood as the car began to move forward and accelerate, knocking one female protester to the ground. The driver sped away but was stopped by police a short time later and detained, police said on Twitter. The driver's name was not immediately released and charges against him are pending further investigation, a Denver police spokesman said in an email to ABC News on Thursday. More, protester dies after struck by speeding car at Black Lives Matter freeway demonstration in Seattle. Police said in a Twitter post that no one was injured in the incident. But the video shot by KMGH showed the protester, who was knocked down, apparently shaken up, sitting on the sidewalk with other demonstrators who rushed to provide her with emergency aid. The woman told the Denver Post that she was not badly injured. The 2 incidents came just hours after a Kentucky grand jury indicted former Louisville police officer Brett Hank Eisen on 3 counts of wanton endangerment in the first degree in the shooting that killed Taylor, but neither he nor the other 2 officers involved in the fatal encounter were charged in her death. An investigation headed by Kentucky State Attorney General Daniel Cameron determined that Louisville Metro Police Department officers Miles Cosgrove and Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly were justified in using deadly force because Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, fired at them first when they broke down Taylor's apartment door on March 13 while serving a warrant. Cameron said the officers knocked first and announced them themselves before ramming the door open when they didn't get an answer, a statement disputed by attorneys for Taylor's family. The two hit-and-runs on Wednesday marked the latest in a series of incidents in recent months in which protesters have been struck while marching in demonstrations against police brutality and racial injustice. The most serious incident occurred on July 4 when a protester was killed and another was injured when a car barreled into a Black Lives Matter protest on a closed freeway in Seattle. More, protesters in Indiana and New York injured in alleged car attacks, days after Seattle demonstrator was killed. Protester Summer Taylor, 24, died from injuries she suffered when she was struck by the car on Interstate 5 in Seattle. Demonstrator Diaz Love, 32, was seriously injured in the episode, according to police. The driver in the fatal Seattle incident, Dawit Khalid, 27, has pleaded not guilty to charges of vehicular manslaughter, vehicular assault, and reckless driving. He remains in custody in King County Jail on $1.2 million bail, according to online jail records. More, police arrest woman who allegedly drove into protesters in Indiana hit and run. Khalid's lawyer, John Henry Brown, said his client did not intentionally hit the protesters. He said the crash was a horrible accident. Continue reading. Show full articles without continue reading button for 24 hours. Copyright 2020 Microsoft. Privacy and cookies. Terms of use. Allo Police officials said the driver was eventually stopped by officers and detained for questioning. The name of the driver was not released and it remained unclear Thursday if any charges will be filed in the incident. Calls to a police department spokesperson by ABC News were not immediately returned. Police said Wednesday night that the protester struck by the truck suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to Erie County Medical Center for treatment.
The guys, you can't go out in the middle of the road and protest in busy traffic and then turn around and this guy gets charged for hitting that person. It wasn't his fault. Those people shouldn't be in the road demonstrating. It's against the law. It's against the law for that shit. And until you prosecute those riders for blocking traffic, then you don't have a right to prosecute the driver who was just doing what he was supposed to be doing. Guys, this stuff's got to stop. It's getting ridiculous.